So we'll go ahead and get started. So I just wanted to, again, thanks everyone for coming and who's been spreading the word about these Mindful Monday meditation series that we've been doing. This is the 8th one. It's hard to believe that it's been 8 weeks already, but it's been really, I've always been passionate about meditation, and Yvonne we wanted to create this together to bring that education of mindfulness techniques to the industry. And we've worked with Robin before through Alliance corporate retreats, where Robin founded Mindful Mechanics, which is her business that actually brings these education and techniques, mindfulness, to corporate spaces, and also works with people personally. So as well as being a dear friend, she's just amazing at what she does. So thank you, Robin, for partnering with us, and Yvonne for being the brainchild of this, and for all of you guys who have sponsored or just continue to attend. And we hope that becoming more consistent in your practice and coming every Monday is helping bring you some peace and some intuitiveness and knowing and stillness. So with that, I am going to turn it over to you, Robin, so you can help us become emotionally well today.
Okay. No small task.
No pressure.
Right.
Pressure.
So we're going to address stuck emotion today. We are very cognizant and aware of our physical body. I use the analogy of, like, if you stub your toe, you're very aware of the pain in your toe. Emotional and subtle body energy is a little different. We have a tendency to really shove stuff down because we have business to take care of. We have things to go about and do. And so when we have like a stuck emotion, we just sort of shove it and go on about our business. And you'll see patterns, right? You see those triggers that pop up in certain situations. It may be certain relationships that you have or certain interactions that trigger you. So we want to think about one of those today. We're not going to tackle them all, because if you're a living, breathing human being right now, you probably have a lot of quote unquote negative emotional responses to the things that are going on right now. And those emotional responses are things like fear, sadness, anger, guilt, frustration. Pick your poison, right? It's plentiful right now. We have a lot going on energetically. Knowing that we're all connected energetically, if something is happening across the world, you can guarantee that that energy permeates your subtle body as well. So we know that we're all connected. So the first thing I always advise someone is, like, clean up your own home, right? Because we're not in control of how other people handle their energy. We just aren't. It would be lovely if we could, and we all had the best intentions, and we could heal everybody and help everyone find peace, but we can't. But what we can do, and what we should be dedicated to doing, is taking care of our own home. So what we're going to learn today is a beautiful technique that I've taught lots of times. It's from Tara Brach, who is a brilliant mindfulness teacher. So if you have some time, you should definitely look her up. And this is called the RAIN technique. And so during this meditation, we use that acronym for recognizing. So we recognize the emotional state that is challenging us and that is leaving us stuck in some ways. We accept, right? So we're not fighting against it. You can't push that stuff away aggressively. You have to kind of embrace it. We have to acknowledge and accept it. And then the I is for investigate. So there we want to, like, kind of see where it's showing up in our body and see what emotional states it may be sistering with. So we gently investigate, and then we nurture, right? Because through all things can be healed through love and peace. And just, I talk about it like, imagine it were a child who's doing something disappointing. You kind of have to love them through it. And these negative emotional states are the same way. We kind of have to nurture them. Pushing against it with more anger, more frustration, more judgment just leaves it stuck. So we're going to go through that whole process. I'm going to ask that everybody really shut down your computers, turn off your phones, give yourself this small amount of time, really uninterrupted, because you deserve it. And we're going to do some good work. So let's go ahead and I'll check the sound to see if this works for you guys. Can we hear? Fabulous. Okay, let's get into a comfortable seated position. We're going to close our eyes now, minimizing our external distractions. And we're just going to tune into some deep breathing. So those inhales and exhales will be even, nice and long, filling up the lungs and the belly, and allowing the belly to retract and the chest to fall. Think of maybe a count of 4 on your inhales and a count of 4 on your exhales. If that's too long, you can shorten that. If it doesn't feel long enough, you can lengthen it. Focusing on our breath, lengthening our inhales and exhales, calms our nervous system. It allows us to tune in. So now I just want you to think about a situation that's triggering you. Maybe it's a relationship that you're struggling with, or maybe it's several relationships that trigger the same emotional response. This is singular to you. So take a moment and see if you can name that emotional state. So as you're watching that scenario play out over and over in your brain, we are recognizing the emotion that's triggered. So maybe that's sadness or anger or frustration. Maybe it's guilt. I want you to view it with some distance, kind of like you're watching a movie. Just with a sensitive curiosity about that emotion. No judgment, just a curiosity. Allow yourself some separation. Now I want you to scan your body. And I want you to see if there's some area in your body where that emotion lives. And that can feel like pain. It can feel like tension. Scan your shoulders and your neck. And your throat. And your chest and your back. Your stomach. And as you identify what areas of your body is holding that emotion, you may want to change your posture ever so slightly. We're just accepting that that energy is here now. And it's manifesting in that part of the body. So now that you've noticed it, shift your body to help alleviate it and bring some comfort. Now I want you to see what else is coming up for you. When you're investigating that emotional state, are there any opinions or beliefs that you associate with that feeling? These could be things like, I'm not valued, I'm not safe, I'm not loved, I'm not good enough. I want you to explore what beliefs are associated with that emotion. If you start to feel a lot of tension in your body, I want you to lengthen your breath again. So a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Again, I want you to create some distance between those beliefs, between that emotion. You're just curiously investigating that situation. And now we're going to get to the N, where we nurture ourselves, this emotion, these places in our body where this energy is stuck. So I want you to first focus on your heart center. Breathing in and out of the center of your chest. Feel a radiant glow building in the center of your chest. A warm, peaceful, calm, loving feeling. And I want you to invite that feeling to spread throughout your body. And I want you to, in particular, focus on the areas of the body where you were feeling that emotional tension. And with each breath, feel that tension release. Feel that energy moving and dissipating throughout the body. Place your hands one on top of the other over your chest. Take in 3 deep breaths, sighing out through the mouth. When you're ready, you can go ahead and open your eyes. You might want to move your body just a little bit, stretching, roll your neck. You just moved a lot of stuck energy, all while remaining very still. So a little movement might benefit you. How's everybody feeling?
Good.
Good. Excellent.
Better.
Very good. Very good.
Oh, good.
Much better.
This is
So good.
good. This is a technique I use not just when I'm in seated meditation, but I use it just as like an analysis tool too. Even when I'm not sitting down to meditate, I want to, again, recognize what's going on. It's not fight against the situation, not trying to turn it into something else, just really recognizing it, it's accepting it, acknowledging that a situation is the way it is, investigating, seeing how I'm showing up for it, how am I feeding a situation, how is it, again, becoming stuck in my body, and then repeating itself in a pattern, and then loving myself, even when I mess up, or even when I'm disappointed or guilty or sad or whatever way I've been a bad girl. We're so good at chastising ourselves. I just remind myself to love myself. And that is the best way to heal anything, is to give yourself a lot of grace and love. So it's beautiful in meditation. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's always been one of my favorites, but it's just a great tool to remember in your daily life too.
I love the acronym you gave us, and I put it in the chat box before we got started, just because I wanted to remember it.
Yeah.
But I love that, because you can feel when you get triggered, and for me, it's like it's almost always right in the center of my chest, like it's very tight, and it's and it can happen daily, and depending on the person I'm talking to. So I just think recognizing what that is and investigating it too, to see how I am feeding into it or can take a step back from it. I like in the meditation how you talked about, like taking a step back and watching it like a movie.
Yeah.
Kind of
One of the songs we sing at church is rain down your love on our people.
Mm.
So I think that if you think about it like that too,
Yeah. That's beautiful. I'm so glad you guys were here today. I feel lighter. I don't know about y'all, but
Yes, definitely. No question.
Thank you guys for being here. We will, Yvonne will post today's meditation on the YouTube channel. We'll get a link out in our mindfulness group that's on LinkedIn. If you're not a part of that and you want to be a part of that, just shoot one of us an email or a message on LinkedIn, and we'll connect and make sure you're added to that group. And that's where we've been posting some of the YouTube videos. And if you're interested in being a sponsor, please let us know. Thank you again, Melissa with Neuro Restorative, for being this week's sponsor.
Thank you, Melissa.
And if you want to stay on, sometimes we'll stay on and chat for a little bit. But I know a lot of people need to get off and continue on with their day. So I want to give you that opportunity. And again, just thank you guys for being a part of this inspiring